Alright, hi guys, this is Dan. Welcome to the channel Engelgeist. This is your August 2020 Tarotscope for the sign of Pisces. So if you have a sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Pisces, this is a video you may want to watch. It would give you a little insight into what could potentially be coming for you in the month of August 2020. If you are enamored with a Pisces or care deeply, oh, listen to my snoring bulldog. Perfect Pisces energy, right? If you are enamored with a Pisces or stalking one, like, you know, a Pisces, whatever, you can certainly cross-watch this video and see what they might be experiencing. This is also for people that have heavily placed planets in Pisces, so that would be, my suggestion would be 3 or more planets in the sign of Pisces. You must buy a lot of Kleenex, though, if that's the case. I have 3 planets in Pisces, actually. My sun sign is Pisces, my Venus is Pisces, and my Mercury is Pisces. So, it's crazy. Anyways. So, beyond that, everything I say is sort of, it's a broad spectrum reading, keeping that in mind. Take what you need and leave the rest. Do not get worried if things don't make sense to you or don't apply. It just may be that it's not connecting with you. So, don't let that worry you by any means. And hey Christina, how are you? So yeah, just basically take what you need and leave the rest, kind of thing, you know? So where it applies, apply it to your life in the way that you see fit, and the rest you don't have to take on, okay? So I do have a chat window up. I will close the chat window as I read the cards so that I can pay attention to what I'm doing, but I will reopen the chat window at the end to answer any questions you may have. So please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video at the end. Share it out to other Pisceans if you'd like. I thank you guys for being so patient. You are the last sign this month because we started in the fire signs, because it's Leo season. And I will be pulling an extra card for the Lion's Gate from the Divine Doors deck, just letting Pisces know what sort of doors might be opening and closing during the Lion's Gate 2020. Alright? So let's see here. What does Pisces need to know? Alright, so now this first card is what I call the center card. This sort of tells me a little bit about sort of where you guys are centered at in the month of August. It's not necessarily the entirety of the month, but just sort of, we might go in and out of this card throughout the month. It gives me an insight into sort of like where, not only how you'll be relating to the month of August, but also what you could potentially be creating during it and maybe into the future. Okay, hey Devil card. All 3, what kind of fuckery is this? I love it. Alright, so all 3 of the water signs kicked off with major arcana. I'm gonna say this, August is a water sign significant month, so if some of you are Pisces with a Scorpio rising and a Cancer moon, y'all, it's gonna be a big month is my feeling. But so the Devil card, the Devil is the sign of Capricorn. The Devil is also kind of like the one thing that we don't want to deal with, we have to look at. What I felt like with Cancer, this is sort of like the theme, I'm going to say this with my water signs, the theme this August, there's definite like distinction with the water signs, is that we're all dealing with our truth on some level, right? Scorpio was standing with their center card of the Justice card, which is all about sort of truth coming to light and the awareness of that truth and standing firmly in that. Cancer had the Strength card, which to me also associates with truth and standing in the strength of whatever it is we need to like hold tight to and be strong around. With the Devil, it feels like Pisces has got a little bit of fuckery to deal with. We need to look at sort of maybe where we're kind of weak or where we are vulnerable, right? Like, to use an example, I sleep a lot. Like, as a Pisces, I love my naps. That's probably my Devil in a lot of ways because I can get a little bit lazy. So the Devil challenges us to kind of look at the things that aren't necessarily serving us, right? The things that are sort of getting in our way or stopping us from being able to achieve, like, say, maybe our greatest and highest good. The devil can also be a little bit about self-indulgence. The only thing that makes me nervous with the devil in Pisces is that Pisces tends to be sort of, we can be a bit addictive in nature. I think that's sort of something that kind of all the water signs can connect to, but I feel like Pisces has it a little bit more so. We're sort of known for that, and the devil can also represent that. So if we are like being a little bit more carnal or pleasure oriented in the month of August, I don't think that that's a bad thing. I just think that because it's Pisces and then we have the devil card in the center, we want to be careful about how much we do indulge. We want to, like, indulge with an awareness that we don't want to be numbing ourselves, right? And I think that there's so much going on in the world right now that a large part of, what we're seeing, I could certainly see, this is interesting. I could certainly see that the entire world to Pisces looks like the devil right now. And going into the month of August, there might be a lot of stuff that like pulls our attention and that we are in disagreement to or resistance to. That would also be the devil energy. The devil sort of also chains us to it in a way, or we chain ourselves to it in a way that can kind of be disadvantaged or not helpful. Does that make sense? And so when we have this, oh my God, sorry about all the snoring dogs everywhere. When we have this energy around us, or when we're centered or focused on all of what's wrong in the world, it can seem much more detrimental than it actually really is, right? We may want to escape a little bit by going out, having sex, doing drugs, drinking too much, whatever that might be. Those are all devil energy activities too. Be careful, Pisces, we don't want to overdo it, right? Riding around on a black cat and having a good old time, disrupting things could be a little bit of fun for us, but we want to be careful that we're not like overdoing it or making a mess of things. So there's that kind of warning with this. Do I think this is a bad card? I'm not sure yet. I want to see what the other cards are, because they could be the thing that haunts us that we need to sort of face. And to me, when I look at this as the center, it feels like until I see the other cards, we could be dodging. This could be the thing that we've been running from, that we haven't wanted to deal with, because Pisces has a distinct way of doing that too. So the next card is the Foundation card. This gives me a little insight into what's gone on in the past for my Pisces that led or opened the door for everything to be the way that it is today in the reading. It also is sort of the thing that kind of holds everything in place, right? It is the foundation of the reading, right? This can sometimes be the memory of this. This card can also be what sort of propels everything forward in the now. So this is the Seven of Cups. Now this is water energy. This would be Pisces. This would be those two fish swimming in different directions. This is confusion, indecisiveness, not being able to make a decision, right? I feel like leading up to this point right now, maybe Pisces has had a hard time feeling a little bit emotional, feeling a little bit confused by their emotions, feeling a little bit challenged by those things. Pisces generally feel at home in their emotions, but if their emotions have been proving a little bit hard to deal with in the last few months, that would explain kind of why this devil energy might be rising up in the center. Whatever we maybe aren't necessarily addressing or looking at, or really we might still even be a little bit confused by, could be producing this devil energy as our center for the month of August. We could be in sort of in for an opportunity to see the darker side of where we can go with things. Does that make sense? I mean, I don't want to like sugarcoat it for my Pisces. This Seven of Cups feels to me like we've not felt right for a little while leading up to this point, and now the devil's here to kind of force us to look at it. Depending on how we look at it, or how we, address whatever it is we're looking at, whatever's not serving us, right, or getting in our way, or stopping us from, moving forward, we're going to have to face and hopefully change, right? So I do think the one benefit about this is that these two cards, although they're kind of not the best cards, right, for the month of August, I feel like these are the two cards that are challenging us in a very profound way, right? This Seven of Cups being the foundation, it forces us to get clear on how we feel and what is practical, what is not practical, right? The Seven of Cups can be that sort of daydreamer card, which is definitely Pisces energy. Have there been times where we've been caught in a daydream or an idealistic view of something, and then it's not panned out and we've been hurt by it? And so now we're like kind of sitting in this devil energy, kind of pissed off, and maybe not even sure who we're pissed off at, right? Because, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. All right, so let's go to the Spirit or Soul card. This is the above you. This is sort of what your Spirit or Soul wants you to know. Fucking A, it's the Magician. So the Magician is always about the ability to create whatever we want, essentially. The ability to sort of tap into that magical energy. Pisces has that. That's kind of like we're the last sign of the zodiac. And we're extremely psychic. We can tap into energy, magic, all of that sort of stuff. The Magician, being in the soul space, says to me that Pisces, you guys can get this together. You can rally, you can face this devil, you can change this devil, you can maybe even partake and enjoy a little bit of this devil, like have a little bit of that kinky sex that you love. Just don't overdo it. But to me, it feels like there's something that Pisces wants to create, and Pisces needs to get clear on that. Maybe the Seven of Cups has been a little bit of reluctance or a little bit of avoidance, a little bit of fear about, like, is this practical? Can I do it? We've let the devil stand in the way, and we're now facing off with that devil. And the Magician is backing us, though. This is our higher self. We can rely and trust upon our higher self. We can use the creativity of the Magician to sort of really challenge and change whatever situation we might feel like is blocking us. But we have to put in that effort. We have to put in that we have to like acknowledge and sort of connect with our higher self to bring through this Magician energy, right? This Magician ability, this ability to kind of relate to all of the elements and use them to our advantage. All right, so let's see. The outside influences are on either side of us. These are things that could be affecting us and influencing us in the month of August, either positively or negatively. They're not necessarily, they can be people or events. Sometimes they can be things more vague, like belief systems or energies that we've adopted that are having an effect on us, okay? So one is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands, to me, Wands is the element of fire, and fours always offer stability. When I think of the Four of Wands, it's usually about like sort of celebrating something. It's about good foundations. It's about building good foundations that are inspired emotionally, or not emotionally, sorry, spiritually. Four of Wands can also sort of be a little bit soulmatey, twin flamey. There could be opportunities coming in with this Four of Wands, where there might be awarenesses or opportunities to start to begin and build upon things that we desire or that we want at a deeper, more spiritual level. But we may have to fight the devil within us, or conquer the devil that is within us, so that we can go about pursuing what this Four of Wands has on offer. Let me just see here. I feel like when I look at these Four Wands being placed on the four corners of this card, it's like Pisces, there's an opportunity in August to begin to build something that we desire that will connect us better to our spirit. I almost want to say, with this devil and this Seven of Cups, it feels like we've maybe been a little bit disconnected leading up to this point. The Magician sort of feels like he's stepping in, or our higher self is stepping in to help us to sort of achieve the things that we want to achieve that we maybe have been putting off or procrastinating about, waiting around about, trying to get clear on, and haven't been able to. Let me see what the other outside influence is. Okay, so this is the Ace of Cups. There is this weird water-fire thing happening with all of the water signs. All right, so the Ace of Cups is this angel. It's not... I love the angel on the card. Let me show it to you. I feel like this angel is presenting this beautiful cup, right? Full of the emotional water energy that is Pisces. I believe that August is this opportunity. To me, the Ace of Cups coupled with the Four of Wands could be the significant, like, relationship coming towards my Pisces. But why is that devil in the center? All right, I'm going to say this. The Ace of Cups can be also like just sort of new senses of peace, new opportunities. But see, I don't feel like it's that because the devil's in the center, so we're not at peace. We're like struggling with something. There's something that we're struggling with that the outside influences want to change for us, or even our higher self is calling us to bring in that magician energy to transform whatever is in discord in our center. There's beautiful opportunity. I think that this devil energy could be fear. For some of my Pisces, some of you have been hiding. Like, I almost feel like if this is a relationship, right, with this Four of Wands and this Ace of Cups coming in from the outside in the month of August, I think that the devil represents the fear or the worry that maybe, you know, whatever our fears or worries are around a really connected, emotionally sort of abundant, spiritually connected relationship could provide for us. Those seven cups in the past, in the foundation, could be other previous relationships that we've had that have not necessarily worked out or have been impractical or have caused us confusion about who we are and what we deserve or what we want. That we can create whatever it is that we want. But we kind of need to challenge, not challenge, but like face the devil and like free ourselves in a way. It's almost like the opportunity, and this opportunity doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. I'm kind of seeing it as that for some of my Pisces, but this could be an opportunity for something that we feel like we're beginning to like not only emotionally feel it more clearly and have inspiration around that, which would be the Ace of Cups, but we're also able to sort of start to build the firm foundations and the strong spiritual desire of the fire towards moving our way towards it, the celebration of that and the opportunity of that. So this, if for some of my Pisces that are like married and happy, and it's not about a significant other showing up, this could be about like, again, similar to Scorpios, it could be about like a new job or a new opportunity that's coming to us that inspires us both spiritually and emotionally, which is sort of where the Pisces represent and resonate anyways. Ace of Cups brings this new opportunity, this new, it can be new love for sure. But what I'm wondering is with that Seven of Cups in the foundation and the devil in the center, are the Pisces, are we not ready for it, but are we in a little bit of fear of that? That's just sort of what I'm thinking as I'm looking at these. And I think that some of this devil energy could just be the wonkiness of the world right now, and Pisces just being really affected by everything that's going on. So it's really hard to see our creativity and connect to it and feel not confused by what's going on, even just in the world, in the media, in all of that sort of stuff. So it's hard to kind of see the blessings that are coming towards us. Now, this last card is the potential outcomes card. This card is not set in stone. It tells me sort of where Pisces could end up, barring that nothing major changes. If this is a negative card, we can use it as a warning to make choices and changes to affect the outcome so that this card does not come to pass. If this card is good, we can take heart in the fact that this card is naturally heading towards us, and we don't have to do much other than just kind of, you know, keep following the path we've been on. Okay. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is kind of about like, all right, with that magician in the spirit space, Pisces, and we're ending out, and all of the fucking water signs ended out on major arcana too. It was the Hermit for Cancer, it was the Hierophant for Scorpio, and it's the Wheel of Fortune for Pisces. So August is a significant month, and there's this thing with fire and water. It's probably something to do with the Lion's Gate too. The Wheel of Fortune speaks to this idea that there is opportunity to be had in the month of August. It's really how Pisces chooses to see it and view it. Okay, the devil to me, it's funny, like, because I laughed when I saw the devil. The devil can represent addictions and being like sort of enslaved to something that we need to address and face. And I believe that that's true for my Pisceans, but I also feel like there is this playfulness to this devil card, right? So there's this fine line of being able to play and have fun and not get overtaken and like freaked out by everything that's going on, right? I feel like this Wheel of Fortune as the outcome speaks to this idea of, okay, Pisces, where are we placing this? Like, are we viewing this devil as, are we giving the devil more fear and more power and more attention than it deserves, right? Is there a way to play with the energy? What we put into the Wheel of Fortune will turn in the direction that we're focused, right? So to me, with this Seven of Cups down here, this confusion is the foundation, yet we have this the clarity of the Magician up above from our higher self. It's like, which place do we choose to go to? Are we choosing more the confusion of the past or the clarity of the future, right? Of our higher self? Because what we choose to put in through the month, like the devil that we dance with during the month of August, is going to be what sort of comes out or sets the tone for the Wheel of Fortune to begin to spin. Does that make sense, guys? So we want, the Wheel of Fortune will give us everything that we expect. And I think that what we expect, what we should be expecting, is good things. But I think that maybe what Pisces might be fearing with that Seven of Cups in the foundation is that asking for the wrong thing, choosing the wrong thing, is what I'm choosing practical? Am I ready for it? That sort of stuff is going on with that devil card in the center. I feel like that devil says, you know, cut up a little bit, enjoy yourself a little bit, not too much. Don't avoid everything. Don't draft dodge and hide. Be strong like the Magician, right? And allow the Four of Wands and the energy of the Ace of Cups, these outside influences, to help benefit you and strengthen you and help you to see what's working in the world. And channel that energy into this Wheel of Fortune so that, like, opportunity can come to us. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, because there is this huge possibility for opportunity. I also just feel like that Wheel of Fortune can go both directions. If we stay stuck on what's not working, we create that too. Like the Magician sitting up in the soul space says, it's almost like we have the power to create it. It's how do we choose to focus on it? Now this last card is the Divine, from the Divine Doors deck. This gives me an insight into sort of, it's in honor of the August 8th Lionsgate portal that's opening. This tells me a little bit about sort of what doors Pisces needs to be aware of might be opening or closing for them during this time. All right, so this is your door, Pisces. Let me see here. All right, so I'm not sure what I feel from this door. The first thing that attracts my attention is the three panes. I'm not sure why. I don't know if that's the mind, body, and spirit lining up. And that's kind of what we need to do here. Because I feel like the spirit is in the Magician state. And we need to kind of get the mind and body to get in alignment with it. And that might be the sort of the hijinks that the devil is dealing with us, or that's challenging us to face in the month of August. This door is sort of, to me it feels religious. I don't know why. It feels like a door in a church. So that's the other thing that it takes me to this place of spiritual sort of awareness or enlightenment. I feel like this is also an older door. It's not the oldest door, but I feel like this is something that maybe we've been like a long time coming. Does that make sense? Something that we've maybe needed to change or address and we've maybe put it off. That could be the devil energy too and the Seven of Cups energy. But this door is ready to be opened. It's ready to be challenged, looked at, walked through. I feel like, it's funny to me, I feel like we've taken care of this door. As I look at this door, I feel like Pisces has tended to this door. We've been aware of it being there for a long time, and we've almost like, I feel like I've taken pledge and gotten out and dusted off this door and everything, but I've not been willing to walk through it. Does that make sense? And so although we've cared for this door, or whatever it represents, we've maybe not been up for the challenge, and maybe now is the time to accept this challenge and move forward. All right, let's see what this card says. This is Anthony's Call. In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost so can be found. In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost so can be found. So Saint Anthony is that patron saint that you pray to when you lose something. So when I look at this and I listen to this and I look at these cards, I think, okay, what have we felt like we have lost? Oh, hi. That would be an affirmative yes from the Maine Coon that just walked in. Because I feel like that devil is holding it. And the magician is here to take it back. And that it's like finally Pisces' turn to sort of step in and face their demons, so to speak. Let those things go. Embrace new opportunities and new desires and spiritual connection and all of that, and allow that wheel of fortune to turn. Allow ourselves to sort of gain back something that we feel like we lost maybe a long time ago that, you know, was maybe placed behind this door and the door's been shut to us. And the Lionsgate portal is the opportunity to now, we've been tending to the door, we've been aware that the door is there, we've been aware that this thing has been lost or that this aspect of ourself has been missing or challenging us throughout our lives. And it's now finally time to kind of open the door, reach in and grab it back. Or walk through and take it back. That's my feeling. And when we do that, we open and set forth this sort of wheel of fortune. And I feel like that brings about sort of feeling like kind of complete. Because like when I look at this wheel of fortune, to me, it's this full circle moment. You know, it's sort of spinning and we become more whole again. I almost feel like some of my Pisces in this reading can actually reconnect back to the greater, like, this wheel of fortune to me is almost like the greater being. So when we feel more whole, we can like connect back to others in more profound ways. That maybe our sensitivities, our confusion, our doubts, our self-doubts, those sort of things have maybe kept us separated from people or experiences, opportunities, things like that. And the magician is sort of stepping in from our higher self and saying, no, we're not going to do this anymore. It's time to realize who we are, what we're worth, and the outside environment is also presenting us with those opportunities. So I think it's up to us to sort of honor and acknowledge what we feel as though has been lost, and then to take it back. Give it back to ourselves. Does that make sense? I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to open up the chat box and see if anybody's even saying anything. Laura says, yes, I'm a fish. Confused fish. LOL. Hey, Pat. How are you? It will be up in a moment and you can rewatch it. But Let me see. Hey, Lisa. Currently dusting the door. That's kind of how I feel. I sort of feel like I'm even attributing this to my own door. There's something that I feel like I need to, there's some place where I self-doubt or where this devil gets me. You know, it's something that, because I'm a triple Pisces, right? And in three different planets. So to me, there's something about, you know, love, because my Venus is in Pisces. There's probably something in here for me around my love situation, my ability to, I don't know, whatever, that stands in my own way. And so this magician to me, the way that I'm applying it to my situation is that this magician is my higher self saying, no, bitch, like you can do this. You've been fucking around too long, riding around on this black cat, letting the devil be your guy. It's time to like face this shit. So I don't think that this is a bad card. Like when I look at this, I kind of laugh because there is this opportunity. Like I even think some of us are going to get laid in August, and I don't even know how that's humanly possible, but I'm hoping that's the case. That's kind of why I'm laughing. I'm looking forward to some of that. I just need to make sure that it's not all about the sex. But I don't think it's going to be all about the sex kind, because I think for me personally, like this Ace of Cups and this Four of Wands speaks to this idea that there's something really good coming. No pun intended, but like that I need to be also out of my own way a little bit. That's how I apply it to me. And then this wheel, the Wheel of Fortune, is the way that we end out for the month. To me, that's like a beautiful way to end out to the month because it's like we're open to all possibilities, right? We're open to the creation of opportunity coming to us and doing the work and putting it in, right? Like putting in the energy, the effort, the attention into the wheel, turning in a positive direction, and actually watching that happen. The Wheel of Fortune always kind of moves slowly, so this could be something that could be forming for us over the next few months as we move into September and beyond. But to me, this is like an opportunity to sort of shift our position from a place of maybe self-doubt or pessimism, whatever that devil is for us. You know, if some of us are judging people and separating ourselves from people because we don't feel safe or whatever it is, it maybe worked for us for a while, but it no longer works. And so I think that there's definitely opportunities, and we can call upon St. Anthony, certainly, and not be afraid. Like we've taken such good care of our door. Like it's funny to me, like I feel like this door, whatever was taken from us and placed behind this door, we've polished this door and we've let it sit back there for a long time. And maybe this is just for me, I might just be describing sort of, I don't know, but if you can relate, then take it, please. But I feel like whatever was taken from us and placed behind the door, like we've been polishing the door and keeping it safe behind the door because it's just maybe been too painful to look at or too vulnerable to feel, whatever. And I just sort of feel like it's kind of like August is the Lionsgate portal, and August is calling us to just sort of step into our power of the magician and get beyond this at this point. It's time to move forward. That's definitely the Wheel of Fortune. That's definitely the Ace of Cups. That's definitely, and the Ace of Cups to me is about like, you know, the outside environment or the influences coming in at us and allowing us opportunities to be inspired by maybe who we are, how we feel. There's opportunity in that Ace of Cups. There's like almost like a love affair that whether we're having that with somebody else or with ourselves, we want to experience that. We want to not take that for granted. We want to not allow this sort of devil to hold us down any longer. We want to step up to it, you know, in the beauty and the creativity that is the magician. You agree about the door, Pat? It's true. Like I just feel like this door looks like there's part of me that kind of has resented the door, but also has sort of taken care of the door because I feel like the door has kept me safe. Does that make sense? I don't even know. I'm like looking at this door. I'm like, what's behind this door? Um, you know, I think it's vulnerability ultimately for the Pisces because I think that we can be so emotionally vulnerable and it can be so challenging. But I think that this Ace of Cups gives us this opportunity to really accept the beauty of who we are and let. Oh, the cat agrees, so that's a good sign. The cat's now helping me do readings, but this is like this, and there's this peace with this dove that comes with this sort of settling and just accepting who we are for the sensitive beings and souls that we are. All right, you guys, that is your Pisces reading for August. I hope it makes sense. If it does, please give the video a like. Please give it a share. For those of you that tune in that don't know me, please utilize this Angelgeist link to connect to all of my social medias, either Instagram. If you're watching me on Facebook, please go over and give me a subscription over on my YouTube channel, and vice versa. If you're watching on YouTube, please go over and give my business page a like on Facebook. And I look forward to seeing you guys next month. There is a daily forecast for those of you that don't know that might be watching on Facebook on every day on YouTube. So if you go over there and subscribe, you'll get notified when the videos go live, or not live, but when they go up every day over there. And you can also look for me on my Patreon page if you want to support me there. You can certainly go there and get a subscription. I do all of this sort of, these monthlies and everything, the daily and all of that stuff, as a free service, but people have started subscribing, so it's great because it supports me in doing all of this stuff. You're hopping away from the Scorpio? You're welcome, Christina. You're welcome, Christina Dowden. That's kind of what I feel like. When Christina Davis-Buthkin says, time to rise, Pisces, stand up and walk through your door, be strong. I think that's the case, and I think that the strength of the magician really empowers us, our higher selves. This magician says to me that we're beyond what we're like giving ourselves credit for. Definitely. We're like that devil to me is sort of like being our own worst critic. Whatever it is that gets in our way, if it's a pint of ice cream a night or sleeping too much or whatever that is, that's that devil energy. We need to let that go. A Scorpio went up. Yeah, I just did Scorpio, Lisa. Scorpio just happened before this video. And Cancer happened before that. And I'll say this, all of the water signs started on a major arcana card and ended on a major arcana card, which is sort of very interesting to me. I'm going to kill the cat. Do you see him over there? Look at him. He's playing with the crystals, the little shit. They all started on a major arcana and ended on a major arcana, and they all had like this sort of fire-water thing going on, which is interesting because as the water signs, I guess we would be affected by the Lionsgate portal going on, but it's just interesting to me that they all had very similar like vibes or energies. The same suits were showing up and things like that. So check those out. If you know all of your sun, moon, and rising, you can look at all three and watch those and kind of cross-section them and just determine whether or not you think you might have a great month or not, kind of thing. Because some of them, I can't remember specifically all of the readings, but some of them were really good and impactful. Cancer is going to have an empowering month, but it's also challenging for Cancer. But I would say Cancer probably had the most impactful reading this time around for sure. They had like 4 or 5 major arcana cards, which I don't think... I mean, Pisces did pretty well with the Wheel, the Devil. Well, Devil is not a great card even though it's major arcana, but it definitely speaks to the significance of this month for Pisces. But with the Ace and then the other... So I feel like the water signs are going to go through some transformations. Leave the sage alone! I need to burn some sage for your happy ass. Can you guys see this? Look at this. Look at this dink. Look at him. He goes right into it. Look at him. He's right back into the sage. Look at him. He's gonna start eating it. Ugh. He's a Scorpio, the little shit. Hey, leave that alone. I said no. That's been there for months, and now all of a sudden you found it? Anyways. All right, you guys. I'm going to go kick his Scorpio ass, and I'm going to go. Have a good day, you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys for tomorrow's forecast. And I'm not sure who cats like sage. I don't know. Well, this cat will get into anything. Like, trust me. He had earlier, he had a piece of paper that I had written something down on and had by the side of my bed, and he was tearing it up while I was doing the Scorpio reading. I could hear him out in the living room going like, making way too much noise. I was like, oh, he's up to no good. And lo and behold, I went out there, and it was all my notes that I had taken from something the other day and had by the side of my bed. He tore the piece of paper, shredded it. Oh, shit. All right, you guys. No, he's not eating it. He's just pawing at it. It's in a plastic bag. What's he doing under the table? Now look at him. He's given up on that, but look at him now. He does this under the bed, too. He lets his bottom half hang out from underneath. Like, I don't think he thinks that anybody can see him. He's so dumb. He also doesn't know he's not a dog. That's the other thing that's funny about him. I think he thinks he's a bulldog. He has no clue. All right, you guys, I'm going to go. I will talk to you later. I have to do the Patreon readings for the Archangel reading and the Cupid's Love and stuff. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, and have a great August.